Well, welcome back to the workshop. Today we are going to make a carpenter's mallet. It's going to be made out of hard curly maple and white oak end grain. The handle is a wedge shape, so it'll slide right into the mallet head and hold securely. So stay tuned and welcome to the workshop. All right, so welcome back. So like I said, we're going to make a carpenter's mallet. You can make it different sizes. I have two larger ones that I use quite a bit. I'm going to make the next one for the video a little smaller, but same premise. The main thing is that the thickness of the handle is the same thickness of the middle section. The outside sections, they can be whatever ever width you want to make them. But so what I'll end up doing is taking a piece of white oak, and I'll make a piece for the handle, and I'll make a piece for the two sections that go in the middle. And then I'll just clean a piece of hard curly maple up, just so it looks pretty. You know, it's always nice to look at something nice while you're working. So we'll take this over to the joiner, plane this up, and then we'll make it into the handle in the middle section. All right, so now I have it planed down to, it's 24 millimeters thick, and what I want to do is cut off a section for the handle, and then I'll cut that. I think from what I remember, I was going to make that 35 millimeters wide initially. All right, so I have my piece for my handle, piece for the center, and the piece for the outside. I'll put those to the side right now. Now I'm going to do some layout. What I'll end up doing is doing a bunch of marks. One is going to be 8 centimeters from the top, and that's going to be my distance that I want to put a mark here, so that way I know what section is going to be for the wedge portion of it. I'll do that the whole way around, just so we have it. And I'm going to want to make a wedge that's a 2-degree angle, and so I'll use my little protractor. Just set it at 2 degrees, and set that there. And I'm going to do both sides. So now I have my wedge marked out, and I'm going to now take off some material because I want this to be 33 inches wide, but so it'll come down to 33 at the bottom of the wedge, and then it'll be 33 to fit in your hand. For that, I mean, you could use a bandsaw. but I find the bandsaw gets pushed out a little bit sometimes. So I'm just going to use the table saw, and then I'll stop before I get to that cut. All right, so I have my fence set at 33 millimeters, and I'm going to raise the blade up the whole way. And I'm going to stop before I get to my mark. So I'll take it all the way up and then stop right there. Okay, but now I'm going to do the other side, but there's a gap against the fence. Normally you can use like some playing cards or even a small piece of wood that's the same size, but I don't have any playing cards out in the shop right now, so I'm going to use an old gift card and just cut it into some slices. To give me a little space out from the fence. There we go, and that'll be fine. All right, so as you can see, I stopped the cut just shy of that mark on both sides. Now I'll take the chisel and square that up, and then where the wedge is, then I'll just use a chisel and kind of plane that down so I get that 2-degree angle. So now I have a little curve between those two spots. What I'll do is I'll rotate it 90 degrees and I'll make a curve the same way on the other two, so that way again you feel where the top of the handle is when you're grabbing it. Alright, so now we're over at the router table. What I was going to use is the flip stop to get my start, and then I'll run it through till we have that dip there. That way it's consistent as far as where it starts. Alright, so now I have my two centerpieces, and those are cut at a 2-degree for the inside of the wedge, and then the handle will fit right in there. Alright, now I'm ready for a little bit of glue up, and so I have those hard maple. I'll set one down, set these on top. I purposely made them a little longer because that way when I go over to the table saw to do the final sizing of it, I have a little extra material to hold for the miter guide to hold onto. Alright, it's sat in the clamps for a good 24 hours or so. So we'll pop it out of there. Go. then take those little pieces. Hopefully they didn't get seized up. Now one came out nicely. And there. And the other one came out. So now it should be kind of a wedge shape. There is a little bit of glue spilling out in there, so I think I'll just use a little sandpaper chisel just to clean that out a bit, and then I'll do a test fit with the handle. Next, I'm going to cut about 3-degree angle on both sides, and I'm going to mark it so the direction, so that way I don't mess it up and cut the wrong way. Now I'm just going to ease all the edges on the router table, and I'm going to do a climbing cut where I go with the spin of the router bit for the first pass, and then I'll come back through to do a second pass going the direction you would normally go. Alright, now just a little bit of hand sanding, and I'll put a coat of probably Waterlocks on here. Alright, so I'm going to use that Waterlocks to put a coat on here, and I really like these stop loss bags because that way you can minimize the amount of air that's exposed to this, because this is actually, the Waterlocks is kind of expensive. So I'll just put a coat of this on, and then we'll be pretty much done. Alright, so we have our finished mallet head and our handle, and it simply slides in and is tapped into place, and then you're ready to go. Hope you guys make one. If you do, leave a comment in the section below. Hit like, and as always, hit subscribe if you can. One last thing. I'm going to do a giveaway of one of these mallets to my subscribers. All you have to do to enter is just leave a hashtag mallet in the comment section below, and I'll leave a link to the official rules in the description below, and I'll post probably some rules right here beside me as well. Now I'll run the giveaway. It's between October 15th of 2022 and November 30th of 2022, and then anybody who meets those requirements in that time will be eligible for the giveaway. Thanks for watching.